Self-esteem for achieving success. We will be discussing this topic in today's presentation. So, I will be giving you my perspective only. Believe me, for self-esteem for achieving success, I will give you my perspective. You may take the advices, you may not. Please always take everything with a pinch of salt. My deepest belief is there are absolute greatness inside all of us. I strongly believe no matter where you are working, what position you are working, which industry you are working, from which background you have come from, I sincerely believe the core of a human being is the purest of the soul. And there is all about greatness that is inside all of us. And to access it, we must align ourselves with a greater purpose. Now, this is what we will be talking about: the greater purpose, the commitment to excellence, and how to improve ourselves, every version of ourselves. In this presentation, I'll give you 10 proven ways to increase your willpower. Probably your self-discipline. Remember, I am talking about your self-esteem only. If you have a stronger willpower and self-discipline, your self-esteem would be improved. So the choice is completely yours and only yours, because it is you who's going to determine your destiny. Take the easy way out too often and you will live a life of mediocrity, constantly disappointing yourself until one day you will look back and regret and wondering, what if I would have worked harder? What if I would have applied myself? Things would be completely different. Let us watch the 10 proven ways to increase willpower and self-discipline. In the process, enhance your self-esteem altogether. Remember, these are my perspective that I'm giving it to you for your understanding. It is not that some people have willpower and some don't. Absolutely wrong. It is that some people are ready to change and others are not. That is what James, I'm quoting James Gordon out here. First and foremost thing, meditate. Meditate like a Zen Buddhist monk. Believe in yourself. Practice mindfulness meditation for a few minutes every day can actually boost your willpower. Actually build trust in yourself by building the gray matter in the areas of the brain that regulates emotions. Most importantly, take the magic pill of exercise. You know, a strong spirit stays in a strong body, significantly decreases the perceived stress, the emotional stress. Reduce your smoking, reduce your alcohol intake, the caffeine consumption, and increase in the healthy eating, emotional control, maintenance of his household chores. That is there. The attendance to commitments is what we are looking into. The first two remains to meditate. The second one is to exercise. As the word goes by, there are 8 more steps that I'm discussing for you to understand how to improve your self-esteem altogether with the strong willpower, uh, and so on and so forth. So why every 5 minutes a day will make a difference? And believe it or not, it is the exercise that you put into it. I have already said it's not any exercise that I am mandating for you. You do whatever you love. If you love swimming, please go ahead by doing swimming. If you love walking, do it. If you love running, do it. Whatever you do, you love to dance, please go ahead and do it now. Have some your endocrine gland release. That will make you much relieved of all stress and toxin that our bodies might accumulate over a period of time. So harness the power of accountability. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Being transparent, being responsible, being answerable to self is what we are looking into it. Admittedly, accountability isn't a sexist word in a English language, but it's a concept that represents extremely powerful. The idea behind is what we are left, what will have we do when we are left to on our own. It is not too easy to come up with an excuse not to do something. Let's say I'm tired, I don't feel like it to work too much. It is absolutely too hard. The fourth point is set smart goals, not written anything. I assure and I'm very much confirmed that all my audiences know what is the SMART goals. S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, R for realistic, and T for time bound. That is what is a SMART goal is all about. It a goal which can be signified or represented in a form of a number. Specific being number, measurable is again a number, attainable is again a number, which date, re realistic. It should not be out of, say, let's say I am born in planet Earth, I want to die in planet or in the moon, if not in a different planet. So it's something which is not realistic at all, right? And then if you cannot assign a number to it, can you assign a date to it? It's been time bound. That is what the smart goals are all about. It unleash your inner conquistador and burn the ship. In 1519, a Spanish conquistador named Hernan Cortes made a bold as a history-changing decision we can all learn from. Take risk and take risk with precautions. Believe me, those persons who have not taken a risk in their life will never gain an inch in their life. It is only the risk takers who will be aptly rewarded, and that is what you need to go about it. Have that inner instinct, the conquistador in you to drive the higher echelon of your existence. Remove temptation and distraction. All human beings are subject to temptation. It is basically inbuilt in our nature. And in today's world, we are surrounded by more temptation than ever. You'll remember it. We have a lot varieties of products at a different price point. Absolutely tempting you to try them out, test them out. So first, identify what is a common distraction. Second, build a structure to mitigate those distractions altogether. If you are a foodie, if you want to move around or travel around, if you are like to listen to music, if you are like to waste time sleeping around it, go for your distraction. Identify them. The first battle, the half the battle is won. Now, second, how to mitigate them. That is what we look forward to as to how we go across with it. The second is to build a structure to mitigate them. Then probably one of my weaknesses, I'm putting it out and writing it down in front of you, is putting your phone in an airplane mode while working, absolutely, so there are no distractions. The seventh one is the eat the big ugly frog first. We all have these fears in us. The fears that we cannot comprehend, the fears that we will be destined to fail. If that is the fear, confront your fears head on. Take the bull by its horn. Come what may, let the consequences be for once and be over. Once it is over, you will be never be afraid of anything. So eat the big ugly frog first. Let us come to the powerful habits, the rituals, the routines that comes around it. This is one thing that I would love to bring around. We can all build up a powerful habits. What has to be done is at least practice that habit for initial 21 days in consequently. Right. Once you have done it anything for 21 days, it get imbibes in your workday rituals. So that needs to be turned into a habit and be proactive to build your habit. Start a day with early in the morning, start a day even in the late in the day, but complete, ensure all the work that you are supposed to do so should be complete before you hit the bed. Hack your mind with a 5-minute rule, as in our mind is the greatest ally. In fact, it also our greatest foe. If we can control the mind, we have a lifelong friend. And if the mind controls us, we have the foe in us, which is going to destroy us to the core. The trick is to be aware of this inner working, both in its strength and its weaknesses, and optimize them. One of the greatest flaws of the mind is it often struggles to get started. So when we are in a flow, it is just easy to keep going. It is just easy not to stop altogether. So hack your mind with a 5-minute rule that goes around it. Next, and the last one, which I want to say it to you, is go for 100% commitment. Nothing short of 100% should be compromised at all. If you really want to do something, commit to it 100%. But the moment you have 100% commitment, the game becomes easy. You don't have to think about it, you just go about and doing it. This is what we are talking around it. Let me bring a different perspective for your understanding, and it should not be only motivated by my insights. Let me give you 6 ways to improve your willpower, and this has been stated by Kelly McDonnell. in a PhD, the author of the Willpower Instinct, says willpower is a response that comes from both your body and your brain. It is in unison that both of them together decide what to do. The willpower response is a reaction to the internal conflict. You want to do one thing, such as smoke a cigarette or supersize your lunch, but no, you shouldn't. Or you know you should do something like file your taxes and go to the gym, but you rather do nothing about it. And this is what the willpower things is all about. It is what we are looking for it every now and then, that is there. To be effective at controlling of our urges, making sound decision, the prefrontal cortex needs to be looked after. That means feeding it with a good quality food so that it has enough energy to do its jobs and getting enough sleep. How will willpower gets depleted throughout the day? McDonnell points out that one of the most replicated finding about willpower is that it seems to be finite. That is, we only have so much that it runs out as we use it. Absolutely, yes. It seems to be very finite that gets depleted over a period of time. Or in other words, in a simple, plain, simple words that I can state it to you for my audiences, you get a mental fatigue around it. So try to control your temper. Ignore distraction. Refuse seconds all the taps and the same source of strength. You can look at the willpower like a muscle. It get exhausted when we use it and overuse it. But just like a physical muscle, there are some researchers who believe we might be able to strengthen our willpower by training for it, and that is what I need, what I urge my audience to do around it. How to increase your willpower? Okay, we know that we only have as much willpower as we probably, there's a limit. It can be 100 ml or 100 liters, the or 100 milligram or 100 kgs, kilogram that you're talking about, or the way you want to measure it, but it is supposedly finite. As we go about a day, the normal stress, the normal fatigue depletes the resources. So let us see what options do we have to increase the pool of willpower. And believe me or not, everything can be increased for. Increase your capacity for pressure, learn how to manage stress. This is what the crux of the thing is all about here, wherein you need to manage the stress level of your body. Being under high level of stress means that a body energy is being used actively, instinctively make decision based on short-term outcomes. Our prefrontal cortex loses out in the battle for the energy. McDonald says that stopping us to take a few deep breaths when we feel overwhelmed or tempted can get started in managing our stress. Encourage yourself to stick to your plan to make it easier. It appears to be self-affirmation can help you. Absolutely, yes. It is talking to yourself, saying to your inner self that you can do it, you will be doing it. And every time you say, tell yourself, I can't, you are creating a feedback loop, you're creating a barriers altogether. It's a reminder to your limitation. So try telling yourself you don't do that bad habit rather than punishing yourself saying I can't. Absolutely, yes, that is what we are looking, staying away from the negative energy and embracing the positive one. So get more sleep. This helps your brain to manage energy. Absolutely, yes. Have a more sleep, a wonderful sleep. This will help you all together every now and then. Meditate for as less than 8 weeks. For as little as 8 weeks, meditate. Meditation are also linked to increasing the reserves of the willpower, which we are available to manage focus, stress management, and self awareness. Remember, we are only looking into enhancing our self esteem. It doesn't take a lifetime of a practice. I have set 21 days of doing continuously one particular activity will turn it into a habit for you. It says around here where you have to meditate completely. So better exercise, better nutrition, have good food, wonderful food, the most ignored route to a higher willpower. Another way to train your brain is to easily ignore what or undervalue, yet you can make a lot of resilient to stress that boost willpower and regular physical exercises thereby. As I mentioned earlier, what you feed your body affects how much energy your prefrontal cortex have to work with. That is why nutrition is very important. Something as simple as eating a more plant-based, less processed diet make energy more available to brain. Absolutely, yes, and can improve every aspect of willpower. not only will exercise, a good nutrition improve your willpower, but they will make you feel better as well. Exercise in a particular is known to make us happy by releasing endorphins. These endorphins tends to minimize the discomfort of an exercise, block the feeling of a pain, and are even associated with the feeling of euphoria. Postpone things for later to gain focus on what is important now. Postpone something you really shouldn't have been effective if you were trying to break a bad habit. In Willpower, you rediscover the greatness of human strength. This was stated by Baumeister in explaining when people who tell themselves not now but later are generally less tormented. Absolutely, when you can resist temptation, when you can handle the yes, today is not the cheat days. If there is a cheat day, you will enjoy it. Persist not today, but later we'll be enjoying this thing. And one more last thing that I would love to tell it to you, which you have must have heard of, the famous experiment of marshmallows to test the kids' willpower. When a child is left in a room with one marshmallow for an undefined period of time, if they can resist eating the marshmallow, they are rewarded with a second marshmallow at the end of the experiment. And if they eat the marshmallow before the time is up, they get only that one, nothing else. So, killer actions to boost your self confidence, enhance your self esteem altogether. First, take control of your self confidence. Now, how do we go across taking controls altogether as to what can be done as on when on basis? Now, this is where the you need to go about. First, if you are in a low confidence, is it possible to change that? If so, how? First is groom yourself. Take proper attire, dress nicely, be in your best of the abilities, best of your clothes, photoshop your self-image as to how people are going to view you, watch you. Think positive, always have a smile on your face. Kill the negative or detrimental thoughts altogether. Negate them, put them at the back burners. Get to know yourself, love yourself. Yes, treat yourself with dignity. Appreciate yourself. Be positive and be kind and generous. Remember, nothing can deter a person who is well prepared to handle any eventualities that we are looking forward to it. Yes, these are the killer actions to boost your self-confidence. Let me read it once more for your understanding. Is groom yourself, dress nicely, Photoshop your self-image, think positive, kill negative thoughts, get to know yourself, act positive, be kind and generous, and be prepared as the case is all about it. So let us go forward to the rest 16 points and know your principles and live them. Speak slowly. Do not munch the words. Let people know what exactly you are speaking and meaning. Stand tall, be affirmative, and be strong on your viewpoint. Increase competence, as in enhance your knowledge and skills ability, thereby set small achievable goals, absolutely small, minuscule, incremental goals that goes around it. Remember, your small victories are going to be the foundation stone for a big leap of winning the war altogether. The small battles has to be won first. Change those small habits one at a time. Focus on the solution. Smile. I have said it to you. Nothing can beat a smile on a face of a person. It makes the person much beautiful, much handsome, the way you want to look at. Volunteer as on when on the opportunity comes forward you. Remember the volunteering part, it may not be monetary rewarding, but probably it will reward you with an experience and a perspective that will become uh, absolutely invaluable. Be grateful. Exercise on a daily basis. 20 minutes of full blast exercise are more than enough altogether to manage the day's highs and lows in terms of your body's ability to keep or manage stress. Empower yourself with knowledge. Do something that you are procrastinating, something which you are deferring, which you are avoiding. Do it. Get active. Work on small things. And obviously, yes, clear your debt of everything. This is the only way where you can improve on your self-esteem. Remember, the topic for this discussion is self-esteem for achieving success is to building and maintaining self-esteem is so important because life becomes simpler, life becomes enjoyable, life becomes lighter. You have much more stability in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your behavior. It becomes less. self-sabotaging. You will be more attractive to any relationship and probably be more happier at times. So that is why we require to improve our self-esteem. Now, how do you do it in a practical fashion? Let me give you a practical tips before we wind it up. This being the penultimate slide altogether. First and foremost, stop saying no to your inner critic. Use healthier motivation habits. Remind yourself of the benefit. Refocus on doing what you really, really like to do. Take a 2 minute self appreciation break. Absolutely pamper yourself. Write down three things in an evening that you can appreciate about yourself or what you have been proud of yourself in the day, during the day. Do the right thing, whatever you feel. So replace the perfectionism. Go for good enough. Remember that buying into myths of perfection will hurt you and people in your life. Let us understand the last slide of the day is to handle mistake amicably and responsibly. That is what we look into understand. Remember, failures are a stepping stone to success. Take everything in the positive stride. Be your own best friend. Find the upside. Be kinder towards other people who might be blessed, other people who might not be as fortunate as you are. Be kind to everyone and everyone. Try something new. Obviously, take those calculated risks. Stop falling into the comparison trap. Spend more time with supporting people and less time with destructive people. Remember the whys of high self esteem, as the case might be. Yes, we can win with everything. Self esteem can be improved if we practice it day in, day out before it becomes a habit and your confidence is enhanced by leaps and bounds, and thereby your success is always ensured. With these words, I wind up this particular presentation. Thank you for watching this video.